Hello everyone, welcome to another episode on our channel. And today, together with my daughter, we'll take a look at the distance, the spacing. So how do we move in relation to the attack, to the attacker, and where is our safe zone? Okay, so let's have a look at the basic attack, ski. So Izabela will ski. And I have a few options in regard to reaction or to my movement in relation to this attack, okay? So I can enter, in Aikido we often enter into the attack, I can enter at 3 different distances, let's say 3 zones. So I can enter very close, almost like behind the attacker, which might be an option for a technique. We'll talk about some examples with the techniques at the end of the video. I might enter just here in the kind of middle zone, so not being outside, not being very close. Or I can just stay outside of the range and connect, okay? And there are different pros and cons for each of these movements. So when I stay outside, of course I cannot be hit, so this is already good for me. But I have maybe limited options in terms of what I can do. I can do a few techniques from here. I could go for a, maybe pull her out and then go into another technique or do something similar. So let's say it's very safe for me in terms I cannot be hit. She can follow up with another strike maybe, so if she strikes, I stay outside of her range, she might come in with the other hand with another strike. Okay, so there is also some danger to this, but it can be a good place to be, right? So another one would be the middle zone, which is actually a nice one, because from here I have already some options of atemis or doing a technique, going into a kotegaeshi, for example, something like this. I'm already closer, I have more possibilities to work with this, to work with the uke. And I'm quite safe here because she has limited options to strike me. Maybe with the other hand a little bit, but as if I control the shoulders, she cannot really strike me with the other hand. Maybe a kick could work, maybe something like this. So it's kind of safe here. I have lots of options, and I still need to be aware of some things. Okay. When there is the entry very close to the uke, to the attacker, where I have kind of full control, I can easily control the center line. I can easily do some techniques like the riminage or even enter with a knee here, whatever. So there are lots of options. I'm very close. And she has very limited options to strike me here from this position, right? She can go maybe into kind of grappling, something like this, but again, there are pros and cons. There is no perfect position, let's say. And then in addition to this going at the 3 distance or into the 3 zones, like out, middle and close, we can also go on both sides. So I can go when she strikes, I can go out to the outside, which I have already shown, but I can also go, maybe strike with the other hand, I can also enter to the inside. And here again we have the possibility also to go on 3 different distances. So I can stay outside maybe for an ikkyo. Okay, so I'm safe, I grab the wrist and I can reverse it into an ikkyo. I can maybe go into a middle distance, maybe for a shihonage, something like this, okay, turning into a shihonage. Or I can even get closer in, either cutting here on the center line or just entering into a koshinage. So there are lots of options in each of these positions, and again there are pros and cons. So if I stay outside, it's quite safe for me. She might try to enter, get closer, yeah, enter and strike here on the ribs. I'm a bit open here when I do the ikkyo. When I'm in the middle zone, I'm also available to strikes, kicks, whatever. So I have to move on quickly to what I want to do. And when I'm close. Sorry, actually I should get maybe here, yeah, again. So with an atemi, when I'm close, I can use an atemi to occupy the space, to occupy her for a moment, before again going into a technique or something like this. So But again, being close, when I enter close on the inside, I'm very available to the other arm. So she can, yeah, exactly. She has also more options here. So, as I already mentioned, there is no perfect place to be. Depends on the follow-up or what the energy of the attack is, or of what you intend to do with it. What comes up actually in the moment. And there is no perfect place. Each position that you will take has some advantages, some disadvantages, and the important thing is to be aware of them and to be able to move in relation to the partner and to the energy. So we can have a look at some examples. I mean, we're talking already about this on the inside. So being outside can lead into an ikkyo. Taking the middle distance, I can go for a shihonage. Getting in close, I can do a koshinage here. Okay, and going to the outside on the other hand, so let's say I will start close. So for the close one, I can actually go into a iriminage. On the middle one, I would go probably for a kotegaeshi. So we will not be dropping down because we are in the garden, not on the tatami, and we are not in gi, so let's save our clothes from the grass. And now an interesting one, because this one actually is a combination of two positions. We will start out to the outside and on the out range, and we'll go to the inside, into the inside and close range. So I'm talking about the one of the variants of koshinage here. Actually, let's do it with this hand. So I move to the outside, drag her in, pull her into the movement, stop with an atemi, and then I go to the inside close to do the koshinage here. Okay, so we are combining almost the two extreme positions, from the far outside to the close inside in one technique. So let us know in the comments what you think about this, what you think about the distance, if you have a preferred way of reacting to an attack, what is your bias with a reaction to the first attack, for example. And see you soon in another video.